On August 26, 2021, Kanye West held his third listening party for his new album, Donda, which is named after his late mother. At the end of the performance, he set himself on fire. We'll take a look at all the symbolism found in this satanic ritual, but in order to get a complete picture, we have to go back and take a look at the two listening parties that preceded this one as well. Kanye's first listening party was held on July 22nd in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta on Thursday or Thor's Day, a reference to the god of lightning, or Barak. Kanye is also 44 years old, and he hails from Chicago, which also points us to Barack Obama. Mercedes-Benz Stadium is the home of the Atlanta Falcons. We know that in Egyptian mythology, the falcon represents Horus, the sun god. This stadium was chosen for this specific reason, as we know that Kanye West has connected himself in the past with Horus as well. Horus rising on the horizon also points to Barack Obama, since his logo is the rising sun. Interestingly enough, on August 27th, we were told that the U.S. military, at the direction of the Pentagon, carried out an over-the-horizon drone airstrike targeting ISIS-K in Afghanistan. This was in response to the killing of 13 American soldiers in a bombing that occurred on August 26th.
They're calling this a complex attack with at least one more explosion, as I mentioned, in that nearby hotel. Taliban sources are telling the NBC News that the attack killed at least 13 people.
Yeah, good morning, Amy. Today isn't about the salvation of the many, but the sacrifice of the few.
Notice one of the bombings occurred at Abbey Gate,
detonating his explosive device as Marines searched civilians at Abbey Gate,
and connects back to our discussion in the previous video about CeeLo at Abbey Road Studios, singing Transformer as a reference to the pyramid or delta symbol, which means change or transformation. And Abbey is another word for a church, which also connects to Kanye's performance in Chicago on the same day. The other bomb exploded at the Baron Hotel.
Another then detonating a bomb near the Baron Hotel, just 200 yards away.
Baron means a servant or soldier, and again connects to Kanye's performance at Soldier Field.
These American service members who gave their lives, it's an overused word, but it's totally appropriate here, were heroes.
Moreover, the sacrifice of these soldiers as heroes is connected to Kanye's listening party in Chicago in another way as well. Remember I told you Chicago, which is known as the Chi, points to the Greek letters He and Rho, which, when placed on top of each other, form the hero symbol, which are used to symbolize the Christ. In this case, it points to the rebellious one, the false Christ. The number 13 represents rebellion. Isis is the queen of heaven. The term over the horizon represents Horus, the sun god, and points to Obama. And the Pentagon represents the pentagram and lets us know that this was all part of a satanic human sacrifice ritual for Satan that occurred in conjunction with Kanye West's ritual.
Yeah, good morning, Amy. Today isn't about the salvation of the many, but the sacrifice of the few.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium has 3 pyramids on it, like the Egyptian pyramids at Giza. It should be noted that Super Bowl 53 was held at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. In this game, the New England Patriots defeated the Los Angeles Rams 13-3. Again, the number 13 points to rebellion. The number 3 points to the three unclean spirits that actuate the dragon, the beast, and the false prophet. This is found in Revelation 16:13, which declares, "And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet." One of the commercials that aired during the Super Bowl ritual was Pepsi is more than okay, a reference to the 666 hand sign.
I'll take a Coke.
Is Pepsi okay?
Is Pepsi okay? Is Pepsi okay?
Notice, just like the pyramids on the facade of the stadium, three upside-down pyramids appear in this commercial as well. Reports about Kanye West's first listening party stated that for the mile leading up to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, cars could be seen crawling along MLK Drive as thousands of fans were on their way to listen to Donda. In fact, Martin Luther King Jr. was born in Atlanta. Previously, we discussed the fact that Martin Luther King, who is referred to as MLK, is also another name for the horned bull god Molech, to whom human sacrifices were made. Since Kanye is from Chicago, the horned bull god symbolism is obvious. Don't forget that MLK also connects to the viral Milk Crate Challenge as well. Kanye's first listening party for Donda was held in Atlanta, which is called the A. Please make note of this because we'll come back to it later. Kanye wore an all-red outfit and he was standing on a white tarp that covered the entire field. This represented a sterile or barren land like the desert. Remember, Mercedes-Benz Stadium has the three pyramids on its side, which represents the pyramids of Egypt. In the scriptures, Moses parted the Red Sea when he led the people out of Egypt. During this performance, Kanye sings, "I'm losing my family," as he kneels down on the ground. This represents Pharaoh, who lost his firstborn son, and all of Egypt, who lost their firstborn because they did not place the blood of the lamb over their doorposts on Passover. This also points to the fact that Moses was raised in Pharaoh's house as his brother. Therefore, when Moses led the people out of bondage in Egypt, Pharaoh was losing his family in a sense. Kanye's second listening party was also held in Atlanta, this time on Thursday, August 5th, the day after Obama's birthday. The date, August 5th, or 8/5, which is 8 plus 5, gives us 13, the number of rebellion. This time, he was dressed in all black, in tactical gear, and a bulletproof vest. Kanye released some merchandise during this event, which had the six-pointed star and cross inside of it. This represents the false Messiah, the sixth king, Viking, or sixth god. The six-pointed star represents Saturn and is connected to the false idols Remphan and Moloch, as found in Acts 7:43, which declares, "Yea, ye took up the tabernacle of Moloch and the star of your god Remphan, figures which ye made to worship them, and I will carry you away beyond Babylon." The name Moloch actually means king, and the name Remphan is actually just another name for Saturn. And since Saturn represents the number 6 through the six-pointed star, and the fact that 666 is found within its angles, this is a clear reference to the sixth king, Satan, and the beast, who is the false Messiah. Since we are speaking about representations of the false Messiah, I must mention the recent performance by Little Dicky, where he was depicted as a false Christ. There seems to be an obsession with rap artists being depicted as false saviors, as several in hip-hop have done this in the past. We've seen Tupac do it, Nas did it, and Kanye did it as well. Clearly, these are all satanic rituals done to blaspheme God and to glorify the sixth king or false Christ. It should also be mentioned that Kanye West's merchandise, which was emblazoned with the hexagram or six-pointed star and cross, is also a copy of Madame Blavatsky's symbol for theosophy and the worship of Lucifer. The six-pointed star, which represents worship of the sixth king, also connects to Drake, which means dragon, who is called the sixth god. Kanye West and Drake have had an ongoing feud over Kim Kardashian. As it turns out, Drake was scheduled to release his album on September 3rd, the same day as Kanye's Donda. September 3rd, or 9-3, when reversed, gives us 3 9s, or 999, which, when inverted, is 666. However, Kanye would end up dropping his album early on Sunday, August 29th. At the end of Kanye's second listening party for Donda, he levitated out of the stadium. Kanye's third listening party was held on August 26th at Soldier Field in Chicago. The date, August 26th, or 826, gives us 88, since 2 plus 6 equals 8. 88 is a reference to Mercury, the trickster god and messenger who carries the caduceus, the same symbol found in the lap of Baphomet. Mercury is also associated with the one-eyed god Wotan or Odin. Soldier Field is Bears Stadium, the home of the Chicago Bears, whose symbol is the sea. Remember, I told you earlier to make a note of the fact that the city of Atlanta is referred to as the A. Now, when you take the A from Atlanta and place it with the C for Chicago, you get the AC, or Antichrist. This is the significance of why the cities of Atlanta and Chicago were chosen for these satanic ritual events. Moreover, the Chicago Bears also points to a description of the Antichrist, or the beast that rises from the sea, as found in Revelation chapter 13, verse 2, which declares, "And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority." Remember, Obama referred to himself as having the feet of a bear when he took a walk in Washington, D.C. and exclaimed, "The bear is loose."
Come on, guys. How are you, sir? Nice to see you. Good to be out. I bet. The bear is loose. You didn't,
Recently, it was announced that Kanye was changing his name to Ye, or Y-E. In Hebrew, the letter Y is Yod, which is the 10th letter, and its symbol is the arm or hand. The letter E is He, which is the 5th letter. He is often used to represent the name of God as an abbreviation for Hashem. Therefore, Y-E or Yeh represents the hand of God. This is what Kanye is calling himself. But what God is he referring to? Since Y is the 10th letter and E is the 5th, YE represents the number 15, and 15 represents the devil, because the 15th tarot card is none other than the devil. Supposedly, Kanye named this album after his mother, Donda, but that's only half true. There's a deeper meaning to this name. The name Donda is of Gaelic origin and means beautiful leader. Again, this is a reference to the leader of the fallen angels, Lucifer. This is confirmed in Ezekiel 28:14-17, which declares, "Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth, and I have set thee so. Thou wast upon the holy mountain of God. Thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire. Thou wast perfect in thy ways from the day that thou wast created, till iniquity was found in thee. By the multitude of thy merchandise they have filled the midst of thee with violence, and thou hast sinned. Therefore will I cast thee as profane out of the mountain of God, and I will destroy thee, O covering cherub, from the midst of the stones of fire. Thine heart was lifted up because of thy beauty. Thou hast corrupted thy wisdom by reason of thy brightness. I will cast thee to the ground. I will lay thee before kings, that they may behold thee." Previously, Kanye has connected himself with the fallen angel. In his video, Runaway, we were shown an angel falling from heaven. The fallen angel was equated with the phoenix bird, which rises from its own ashes.
You rip the wings off the phoenix and they turn to stone. And if I don't burn, I will turn to stone.
What do you mean burn?
If I don't burn, I can't go back to my world.
Ezekiel 28:18 also equates Lucifer with the phoenix bird as well, when it declares, "Thou hast defiled thy sanctuaries by the multitude of thine iniquities, by the iniquity of thy traffic. Therefore will I bring forth a fire from the midst of thee. It shall devour thee, and I will bring thee to ashes upon the earth, in the sight of all them that behold thee." Kanye has made it known that his love for the fallen angel, Lucifer, is no secret. So, it should come as no surprise that he named his album Donda after his mother, yeah, but more importantly, in truth, the name Donda points to the fallen angel, Abaddon, the king of the bottomless pit. Don't believe it? I'll prove it. Donda is a shortened version of Abaddon, because if you remove the letters AB from the front of Abaddon, you are left with the letters ADDON. Now, move the DA to the end of DON and you get Donda. Thus, Donda is a hidden and abbreviated name for Abaddon, the king of the bottomless pit, as found in Revelation 9:11, which declares, "And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon." Kanye confirmed the identity of Donda as Abaddon through his performance, which was scheduled to begin at 9 p.m. However, he took the stage nearly 2 hours later at 11 p.m. This was done on purpose as a reference to Revelation 9:11 and the release of the King of the Bottomless Pit. As different images of Kanye West's late mother, Donda, flashed across screens at Soldier Field on Thursday night, speakers filled the stadium with one word on repeat: Donda. The entire stadium was being used to call for the release of Abaddon, the King of the Bottomless Pit, without them even being aware that they were doing so. For those of you who have been following my videos, this should not come as a surprise. Remember, I told you that Kanye West's album, Jesus is King, which was connected to the volcano Roden Crater and which is shaped like a keyhole, was meant to symbolize the opening of the bottomless pit and the releasing of the King of the Bottomless Pit. This was confirmed when Kanye performed for the prisoners in a Houston prison, which was a reference to the fallen angels who are imprisoned in the bottomless pit. Remember, Houston uses the devil's horns as its symbol. During his performance, Kanye recreated his wedding or marriage to Kim Kardashian. We have seen Kanye use this symbolism before. Remember his video, Coldest Winter. In this video, the marriage that took place was between the bride and death personified. Marriage to death symbolizes the covenant that Israel makes with the Antichrist. This is found in Isaiah 28:15, which declares, "Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves." How fitting then that most people have chosen to make lies their refuge by believing the lies told to them by politicians, health experts who have compromised their integrity, the media, and artists like Kanye. Kim Kardashian tweeted out her praise of Kanye using the emojis of a goat, a crown, and praying hands. Clearly, she was giving praise and thanks to the horned goat king, Satan. Other artists sent out tweets concerning Donda as well. The Weeknd said, "The dawn is bright for me, no more dark for me," and ended his tweet with a picture of a rising sun. Clearly, the dawn and rising sun is a reference to Obama. Fivio Foreign mentioned that Donda dropped on Sunday, the so-called Lord's Day, a reference to the sun god and false messiah. And Def Jam called Kanye the GOAT, again a reference to the horned god, Satan. We were told that Kanye made a replica of his childhood home, and this is where he set himself on fire. However, the truth is, his supposed childhood home is actually a church. This was meant to be a reference to Satan, since before his fall, he lived in the house of God as a son of God. Job 1:6 confirms this when it declares, "Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. Marilyn Manson and DaBaby joined Kanye during his performance. Here you can see Marilyn Manson with Anton LaVey, the founder of the Church of Satan. Here you can see DaBaby flashing the one-eye symbolism. DaBaby was originally known as Baby Jesus, another reference to a false Christ. Therefore, this church represents the Church of Satan, and that's why it's on fire. Notice Kanye sings, I'm free, while sitting there on fire. This is a reference to the opening of the bottomless pit and the king of the bottomless pit being set free in Revelation 9:11. It should be noted that COVID-19 shots were made available at Kanye's Donda listening party. This entire event was nothing more than a huge satanic ritual meant to call forth the release of Abaddon, or Apollyon, the king of the bottomless pit, and several 100,000 people attended these events, unaware that their energy was being used to summon the devil. This is the world and times in which we live, where satanic rituals occur in stadiums across the country and are given huge platforms and promoted by the media to ensure that the masses, the walking dead, the deaf and blind, consume it willingly. If you have not given your life to the Most High by accepting the blood sacrifice of the Paschal Lamb, Yehoshua HaMashiach, which was shed on the cross as a propitiation for the redemption of sins, the time to do so is now. Amen. Shalom.